Yo, what is good, everybody? What is good, yo? So, with the recent episode of Radiance, we pretty much learned that the reason why we kept getting these close-ups on the gloves and the reason why not only, it was important to him to have these gloves, but it was also important for him to pretty much just to keep them around because they were given to him by someone special. We really learned that without, I mean, we already pretty much knew, but we didn't know necessarily what they were called. But we have a name for what they call people who can use magic without anything, pretty much just using their hands, and they're called heretics. And that seems vastly different than a sorcerer for some reason. You would think they would just call you a sorcerer if you could use magic, you know, or fantasia, whatever you want to call it, the way that they do. But just because of the way Seth is doing it, it is completely, pretty much not something he either should be doing or something that he just shouldn't be showing to certain people. And I think that is going to be one of the bigger plots of, or like one of the downfalls of this character, is because he don't care who he shows it to, at this point, he'll save any and everybody because that's just the type of guy he wants to be. So if that's the case, not only does his enemies already know that he could do this, multiple upon multiple enemies already know he can do this, and just by them having that information, they could either use it against him or they can, pretty much know that it's at least coming when they get attacked by Seth. So he's already at a disadvantage when it comes down to people who could actually hunt him down and give him a fight. Not to mention, there's people out there that are supposedly super broken, and we've been watching the eye patch guy who's pretty close to broken. Or he's a pretty, like he seems pretty powerful. The guy that already had caught Seth and lost him. But at the same time, it feels like he could be no match for the people he's actually reporting to, or vice versa, and he works on a lower, like a lower branch because of how nonchalant and relaxed he is. It would make sense that he doesn't really care to be in the spotlight, seeing how the person who's giving all the orders in these week's episodes is somebody who, doesn't really have the necessary, you know, temper for it. He's literally doing things like his own way at times, and kind of losing his cool. And I'm talking about his second general, or like the guy who's in second command or whatever. So we already kind of know he has people that are capable of doing quite dumb things. And in next week's episode, I think either we're gonna see a hint of that, or maybe the dumbness will pass a little bit, because what we seen in the openers, we've seen this giant well that like Seth and them are fighting. It looks like that's what we're about to get pretty soon here. And just by the looks of that thing, it looks huge, and pretty much it's like a flying well or something. So if they are going to defeat this thing, I feel like they're gonna need Seth's help, or the help of some wizards, because the wizards are probably gonna be in danger somehow. Because you gotta remember, they're right next to where the wizards are. They're not anywhere else but watching them, and waiting for Seth to pretty much leave or become open to attacks. So they gotta wait all that out, and then if Seth ever leaves, they can make their move on him because he's not in their protection. Um, but yeah, with all that being said, he learns pretty much again. Like, the episodes are getting kind of repetitive in the sense of every time he was going to the teacher, he wasn't really learning anything. That was the problem for me anyway with these like last couple of episodes we've watched is he has someone that can supposedly make him better, but that could never happen if the guy, doesn't ever train, doesn't ever really see the potential in the kid. I mean, he clearly does see something in him, but at the same time, it's like, man, are you ever just gonna teach him and, just chill out with all the anger? But I can understand the whole notion of a young kid trying to come to you for training and you not wanting to give him every single thing so quickly, and he go out there unprepared for what he's going to run into. So clearly, this guy has a good heart trying to train him, but it's just like it feels like it's taken forever for some reason, which is okay. I mean, there's no need to rush this show, including since there's going to be a good amount of episodes. It's not like Goblin Slayer where it's just going to be 12 episodes and then it's done for the season. So that's already a good indication for me that if they do want to take it slow, we're just going to have that much more of a fleshed out character to compare, to other shows and stuff like that. So there's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. So I'll let them do that, and I won't be angry about it. So, uh, but yeah, other than that, guys, there wasn't too much that happens in this week's episode with Seth. Besides, what I was talking about him just grinding pretty much this week and uh, trying to gain the power that he's been, told he can gain. If he's ever working with a sorcerer to be able to defeat the Radiant. But to hear the main guy talking about the gloves and making them fingerless and, telling Seth that he needs to focus his powers into his hand more than just, his actual arm, it's really coming down to like this feeling of maybe he'll be able to, since his fingers will be able to get the Fantasia, they're going to be, meteor drops. Like, it's going to be five of them, but they're all going to be stupid powerful. Because if you guys saw how much Fantasia he gathers up in just this week alone, man, like, he's taking out a Nemesis quite easily with that much power and that he could build up. And seeing him take off gauntlets that completely canceled out his ability to even grab Fantasia and pretty much was always going to give him a ridiculous amount of pain, which is that I think that's the interesting part about the whole notion of him, the teacher giving him the training the way he does. And it's because when he gets that type of training at this point, we don't know if this could ever help or not, but by him enduring pain that he already knew was there just to save someone, not to mention this person was literally just trying to beat him up and like trying to take him out. So not only is he going out of his way to still like help people that really would try to take him out and not care about him, but he's also going about it with a smile. He's also going about it doing it because he wants to, not because he feels like he's obligated to. So uh, I feel like this character continues and continues to become this nonchalant, very happy-go-lucky character that I really, truly love and Gon from Hunter x Hunter. And if this is a series that you're watching and you have not watched Hunter x Hunter, you have got to check it out and just see how that main character lines up with this one. It's very refreshing. It's almost as if he's in this world, or another character would be like Magi, uh, like the main character of Magi and the main character from U UQ Headcore. I forgot the name already. I think it's Holders or something like that. But all these shows that have these very, very like go-lucky characters, I usually end up falling in love with them just because of like you want to root for them. You want those types of people to succeed because not only are they doing things, for everybody, they're doing them unconditional. Like they'll continue to do these stuff all the time because that's just what makes them feel good. And I love that aspect of, the author bringing that to light and not being afraid to go to that because it's a pretty easy route. I feel like it's this quote unquote fairy tale route that people are like, giving fairy tale its own genre pretty much. Like, oh yeah, fairy tale is just this. I'm gonna help my friend. My friends need my help. They just hate on it because whatever reason they have. Which I gotta remember that that's actually coming out today. It just comes out later. Um, but yeah, to put it in hindsight, this kid's definitely gonna become stronger because of the bonds that he has with people that he's meeting. And just like how he said, the girl who, has the two alternate sides, she never messes up. It really goes to show you how much faith and how much he could, care for everybody, uh, in the sense of, hey, I need to pretty much watch myself when I'm around these people. Where the heck is Nobunaga? Um, did he just die? Okay, he is over there. And pretty much like if all of these people go against, if a lot of people are going against Seth, he's not gonna be alone. You know what I mean? Like he's gotten to the point where all of these people are going to start standing up for him. And I mean, we have a guy named Doc who can't really do anything, but he'd probably stand up for him if it came down to it. You know what I mean? So that's just what he's been building all along, and that's why I truly enjoy watching this stuff like happen because it all comes back full circle. And every time you help Seth, Seth will remember it, and every time you're an enemy of Seth, he won't even really remember you. So take that how it is. The kid is gonna be how he's gonna be, and I think that's great that the creator is not afraid to literally give us a character that he truly wants. And you can see that throughout everything that's going on. I mean, it's a pretty goofy show, and to think that he's allowing his character to exist in a world where he can be goofy plus still be very cheerful and save people, it's a really nice change of pace, and I can't wait to see just what they have in store for us overall. But this was a very short one, guys. I had a lot more to say about like Goblin Slayer and Sword Art, so I hope you guys check out those videos as well and tell me what you guys are feeling on those series because not a lot of people are watching Radiant, and shout out to the real ones that enjoy it and can watch it and stuff like that. So, because I mean, not a lot of people are out here talking about Radiant, so I mean thank you guys for even supporting it, and thanks for even, being on my channel. So with that, I will talk to you guys in the next one. Yeah, make sure you keep your ears out for all this content I will be dropping. If you have the notification bell on, you will be instantly notified of all those things that I will be dropping. So if that interests you, make sure to hit that bell, and I will talk to you in the next one. All right, peace.